So yeah, today's gonna be a rainy one. Today we're hiking the Pinhoti Trail. We're doing a roughly 20-something mile one way. We're parking cars at both ends. Dad decided that, you know, the weather was too nice today and couldn't come on this one, so it's just gonna be me and my friend Thomas. This is my first shot at, or my first attempt at shooting one of these videos. So we will see how it goes. But let's get right into it.
Jacob and his friend Thomas backpacked a 25-mile-long section of the Pinhoti Trail over 3 days, including summiting Mount Cheaha, the highest point in Alabama. On day one, they began at Adams Gap and hiked along the Pinhoti Trail until climbing up the Stairway to Heaven to the top of the Talladega Ridge. This ridge is known for beautiful viewpoints, but at their campsite it was overcast and foggy and windy that night. However, the next morning dawned with great promise, and they were rewarded with beautiful views to the north and west. On day two, they hiked north to the McDill Overlook, an expansive western view from a high rocky promontory. After that, they continued north along the Pinhoti where the views just didn't stop. This video ends just prior to reaching Mount Cheaha State Park. In part 2 of this video, we will pick up from there and continue on to the top of Mount Cheaha, to the lookout tower where they became for a short time the highest elevation people in Alabama. From there, they went to the popular Bald Rock Overlook where they had lunch and then descended down Cheaha until they picked up the Pinhoti Trail again, just past the Blue Mountain Shelter. Then they continued to descend north on the Pinhoti, past Pine Mountain, crossing numerous creeks and ridges until they reached their campsite for the second night at Hillaby Creek. After a beautiful evening at Hillaby Creek, they packed up in the morning, waded across Hillaby Creek, and hiked about 4 miles to County Road 24 where they had left Jacob's car. This was a spectacular 3-day hike on the Pinhoti Trail with a nice side trip to Mount Cheaha with expansive views and great camping sites.
Hello everyone, we just made it to the end. Currently we are switching the gear from my car over to Thomas's car, getting all that stuff together. The rain has subsided, at least for now. We are hoping that it will stay that way. But right now we're switching everything over, and then we're gonna head over to the start of the trail. So this will be the end, and we will end here on Sunday. So, yep. Well, I mean, you have to take at least 20 miles, but regardless, probably lay them down would be a good option. Does yours have a plastic? You want me to get yours? Are going over Cheaha Mountain, and I guess they didn't want to spoil the views for tomorrow because right now we are thoroughly in the clouds, so hopefully the views are better tomorrow. But yeah, here we are. The Pinhoti Trail goes this way and over and up that way, so we're at the top. It's a little windy right now, the clouds are coming through, but we're hoping it will clear up after we get up on top, because we have a good 1,200 feet of elevation to go up. So we're hoping the weather holds out for us. There's a chance of rain, but we're crossing our fingers that everything works out. So let's get to it. Crossed the street. Trail is going up this way. I believe we have a little bit of an uphill, and then we have downhill for a little bit, And then we have like super steep uphill, which I believe is called the Stairway to Heaven. So yeah, we'll let you know how that goes. You guys are long viewers of the channel, you'll remember this. This is kind of the first little sign slash map. Right at the start, we just went uphill maybe 50 yards down the trail, headed more up, and yeah, if you remember that, you'll remember we did the Skyway loop. Oh goodness, probably been a year and a half ago, and that loop, we go up and we're staying at the same campsite we stayed at then, and then you would actually go down the Cheaha Silent Trail instead of what we're doing, which is we're just keep following the Pinhoti. But my point to saying all that is, if you were a long-time subscriber and a watcher, you'll remember us doing this section but it was in the summertime. It was very hot, and though wet right now, temperature-wise it's a whole lot more pleasant. So yeah, just a little shout out to old subscribers. We are passing some scouts today. Apparently a troop of 20. We probably passed, how many would you say, Thomas? 10?
10, yeah.
Yeah, probably halfway through them. We're hoping that on this uphill, this soul-crushing uphill, we can just kind of gap by them and then get up before they do, and just kind of get that out of the way. But either way, great weather so far. Knock on wood, hasn't rained yet, but overall good. Trail's a little muddy, but I think the heavy amount of rocks definitely has helped with it being less muddy for sure. So overall, I'd say good so far, and hopefully we just keep on keeping on. All right, we are currently just at the halfway point today. Haven't really filmed too much. Nothing's really been super interesting. We're just making our way towards the Stairway to Heaven, and I think we have another mile or so till we hit that. Just kind of been winding through the forest. I'd say relatively flat. We're making good time. It's only we've only been on the trail for about an hour. So overall, feeling good. Weather-wise, hasn't rained on us yet. And honestly, the weather has been pretty good. Nice and cool, which has been nice because we've been working. But yeah, we'll update you when we start heading up. Alrighty, we are headed up the uphill, up and up and up into the clouds. So starting the uphill, we will catch you part of the way through. We've went about another mile, and we're getting it going. Alrighty, we are headed up and up and up. We are currently, I'd say, pretty close to the clouds. We've just been kind of steadily going up for maybe a half mile, 3/4 of a mile so far. So we are headed in to the rock gardens, and we'll see how that goes. But so far so good. Making decent pace. We are coming up on, it's 4:38. Started about 3, about an hour and a half in. I'd say we're doing well on time for sure. So if you can kind of tell, this part is going to be hard on the feet, but just gonna kind of try to keep going up, and I will let you know when something interesting happens. Part of the Stairway to Heaven is the major rock scramble to get through all of these rocks and just slip right through. So it is quite treacherous on the feet, but because we're not going too far today, it will not be too bad, I don't think. One bit. As you can see, we're hitting the clouds now, and going up pretty steep. So we're doing good though, making good time. Fortunately, Dad missed out on the great weather today, but
but nothing he can't help. So that's all right. You can look down, see the clouds, and see we are headed up into them. So just took a slip and fall on this nice rock, which is like a sheet of ice. Basically, it's not actually ice, it's just water, but water and algae makes a nice slippery surface. So I fell and hit my knee. We're doing okay, no injuries at all, but just nice and stupid little slip. You can see we were now definitely in the clouds. Just taking a little break after my unintentional sit down. So that's where we're at. Hopefully the rest of the climb is nice and safe. We got to watch out for the wet rocks. But yeah, so. Careful. That is sick. Careful. Wow.
All right, come on, Jake. Straight up the trail. Straight line.
Oh, dang it. That's it. This is the last of it. The last bit of the Stairway to Heaven. Current time is 5:08. We've been at it for, quick math, 2 hours? 2 hours, 8 minutes roughly. And yeah. Yeah. Actually, no, we got 4 minutes. So
you'll be back in 4 minutes.
Yeah, no, I know for sure that we're right there. I'll resume maybe. I don't think there's gonna be much of a view, but yeah, I know we go up a little more, but I know that like the top of these cliffs here is the top, so we're crossing our fingers. Here is the view from the top of the rock. There it was, right down there. And what a view, right? Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow, so pretty.
Look at that nice cloud. Very fluffy.
Indeed. Wow. What a view. What a view. Nice fog. We've now made it up on top. We've been hiking along the top. And I'm guessing it was probably a good call not to go start yesterday, because these are all newly fallen over stuff, or at least semi-recently. We went over some stuff which has fallen over somewhat recently, and I'm guessing they had some heavy wind last night. Yeah, just seeing stuff knocked over, and you know, obviously some of it's old, but some of the stuff we've been going by is pretty freaking new. So it is definitely quite interesting to see. Anyways, we are just continuing on the trail, continuing hiking through the clouds. Can't see much, but we're hoping that maybe in an hour or two it'll clear up. That's what the radar said before we left, but at this point, who knows? So we're just moseying right along. We're on top now. If I had to guess, I'd say we have less than a mile left till we hit camp, and we'll let you know when we get there. Here we come, coming up on camp. Finally made it. Took us about 3 hours. About 3 hours to make it up here. It is 5:50 right now, and started around 3. So here's our camp for the night. Looks familiar. We've stayed here before, and we'll go check out the stellar view. This is a normally spectacular view. You know, not so much right now, but at a certain time it might be. This is not camp. This is the one before the one we're staying at. Normally I wouldn't care, but we have a pretty big day tomorrow, so we're just gonna kind of get the extra few miles in. Kind of screwed Thomas because he took his pack off and he thought we were there, so I apologize about that, but we made it to camp number 1, which now I remember there was people staying at, so that's why we moved on. But we should be very close, so we'll see you in just a minute. So we are here at camp finally. The first one was not actually camp. This is the second one after going down a downhill. This looks more like camp. Here is this is what I was thinking of. Here is the beautiful viewpoint. That one back there is also beautiful, but this one is the one we stayed at for sure. Check the map and everything. This is the one. You know, don't know if that tree was there last time, but I think that tomorrow morning, or maybe even tonight, we might actually get a good view out of here. So yeah. All right, we made it. It's now time to set up camp. The GoPro's not working right now, so I'm filming on my phone, but we got a fire started after a little bit of struggles. We are making dinner right now, and yeah, we're just enjoying the evening. It stopped raining completely. A little breezy still, but it looks like the clouds might be lightening up, so that's good. Anyways, the wood is super wet, so just piling it on, drying it. You can see it all around the edges being dried also. But we got it going. We're happy campers. All right, that's gonna end it for tonight. Sorry there wasn't much video. GoPro was having troubles tonight, so I will change the batteries and we'll give it a shot tomorrow. Anyways, that's all for tonight. We just finished up the fire. It's about 9:30 and we're headed to bed. So we'll catch you in the morning. Good night. Good morning, everyone. This is the start of day 2. Sorry I didn't film much last night. The camera was stopped working. I don't know if it ran out of battery or what, but hopefully we'll have a better, or the battery will last longer today because it's the last one we got. So anyways, it's 46 degrees this morning. I think we slept pretty all right. Got some heavy rain last night, but we're hoping that we can get a fire going and get breakfast cooking. So let's get to it. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. This is what I remember. This is what I remember. Wowzers. Well, sun should be up, but we haven't seen it yet. So, hell yeah. Alrighty, we got the fire going. We're about to start up on our breakfast, having oatmeal this morning. Thomas brought bacon, so we're gonna try to cook that, and we're gonna see how it goes. Sitting out here enjoying the view this morning, cooking bacon on a stick, water boiling over here, just getting it going. Beautiful morning this morning. Clouds are kind of rolling in, but not blocking our views, so no complaints there. Just making a good ass breakfast. Alrighty, that is it for us at this beautiful campsite. We are headed out. Me and Thomas were packed up. Got a big 14-miler today. It's 9:30 currently, and we're gonna hit the trail. So we'll turn the camera on when something interesting happens. here's the campsite, an intersection, Pinhoti Trail to Adams Gap, and the Chinnaby Silent Trail. So if you're doing the Skyway Loop, you're gonna head down in that direction. There's a big campsite here. As you can see, there's spots over there. Could probably hold 20 people easy. So yeah, beautiful place. Not a ton of views, but not a bad place to hike it one bit. So we're headed, however, straight down the Pinhoti, headed towards Mount Cheaha. Well, we're just chugging right along. The trail, however, has turned into a rock garden, which I can't say I'm terribly surprised about, but it is hard on the feet. I know trail runners are the style, but I think that I would have rolled my ankle maybe 2 or 3 times without ankle support on this trail. But we are just headed right along. We've been going up for a little while, getting to the top of this ridge up here. It's just been really gradual though, so. Got the view down there, and we're headed up, so we're just gonna keep on moving. Wow. Just views and views and views and views. Look at that. That is spectacular. So the views are nice, but it's hard to kind of look at them because this is the trail. And if you can't tell, you basically have to spend the whole time looking down at your feet, because when I say it's rugged, I mean like it's hard to spot where the trail goes. So especially in the summertime, you got to watch out and make sure you don't go off trail. And then if it's wet, you really got to make sure you don't slip and fall like I did yesterday. So just got to really watch out, because it is no doubt very rocky. We just got to the Cheaha Wilderness. We were entering it. Talladega National Forest is what we have been in. So we're getting close. We're about to turn, we are headed north right now, and we're about to head south because McDill Point is up over there. So we are just going around a deep valley and trying not to go in it. So we're about to turn around because you can, I don't know if you can see, but there's people over there walking the other direction. So we're getting into the day hiker territory as we head into Cheaha. It'll be good. I'm sure there'll be a lot of day hikers out because it's a beautiful day today, which we're not complaining about. But yeah, we're just moving right along. About to hit McDill Point, and we'll pick it up from there. Alrighty, so we are now at the turnoff to, so the Pinhoti Trail goes off that way, but we're gonna go left here and head towards the McDill Overlook, which it says is a quarter mile. Actually, Pinhoti goes down that way, and that is like maybe a wrecked plane I maybe heard. I'm not sure. We'll check it out in a minute. But McDill Overlook, Pinhoti Trail goes down there. We are going to head off towards the McDill Overlook. Wow. All right, we made it to McDill Point.
Alright, so what do you call a gorp? You know, gorp with M&M specifically?
That is a good question.
M&M with obstacles?
Yeah.
can't, the M&Ms, you know, or the peanuts, that's where your, like, protein comes from.
Yep.
That is why they make peanut M&Ms.
Nice. Nice. All right. Let's get out there. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, holy smokes.
Good Lord.
Wow. What's crazy is that you could, like, if you were up here, you could have seen us hiking over there.
Oh yeah, easily.
So that, I believe the pass is going to be right there.
Yeah.
So, wow. Spectacular.
I'm thinking right here.
So we're on our way out of McDill Point, and I believe this is, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe, yeah, this is a crashed plane. So
There's like, that is definitely part of a wing.
yeah, definitely part of a wing over there. This is some sort of the fuselage. Yeah, this is definitely the plane. So here's the rear fin. It's just very interesting. So
It's a lot thinner than I thought it would be.
Dad can tell you the facts. Yeah, Dad can tell you the facts of when this crashed. But yeah, so apparently a guy crashed here, and I remember hearing about that. And well, here's his plane. So very interesting to see. It's part of the way down the quarter-mile to McDill Point. So very fascinating stuff. But we are going to head back towards the intersection and then head down the Pinhoti further. All right, so here we are back at the McDill Overlook. We are now headed towards the state park, and I believe it says 3 miles, and we've been 3 so far. More of the plane wreckage up there, but we're headed down this way. It's McDill Point. There's where the Pinhoti came from. So now we're just headed straight through and straight down. So we'll update you when something interesting happens, but currently we're just headed towards the state park. We're hitting viewpoint after viewpoint, and I'm not viewing most of them, but they're all spectacular. So just know there are plenty of these as he goes. I just don't video every single one, but they're absolutely beautiful. So we're currently headed up, and after you hit McDill Point, there's an uphill. It is no joke. Not super long, but it's steep and rocky too. So if you're doing the day hike, take your time. If you are hiking through, then I guess just be in good shape, because it's tough. We are on the top of one ridge, and Cheaha Mountain is directly across from us, which is where we will be later today, but we have to go into a big valley, unfortunately. So we've just been following the Pinhoti. Down and down we go. Wow, man. We are up here. I believe the lookout was down past that other hub. Yeah, I'm headed this way. And we've just been hiking along. It's been great. The weather is probably about perfect, honestly. It's a little warm on the uphills, but when you're going flat, it is spectacular. Very clear, great weather. So here is a sign for the Pinhoti Trail. So, or actually, this is the Appalachian Trail. That's a picture of the Appalachian Trail right there. can read that. Yeah, it's the Appalachian Trail. But we're on the Pinhoti Trail, so you can see we're all the way down at the bottom of this point, Cheaha. And yeah, very cool. It is only 2,500 miles to go to the end of the Appalachian Trail. So yeah, absolutely beautiful out here. Nice little campsite up here if you like being extremely exposed. But, oh yeah, I mean this is incredible. The last video you can see was up over there. Now we're down here.
Oh yeah, there's a lake.
And we're moving right along. Yeah, there's a lake down there.
Oh, I wonder if that's part of the state park. I bet it is.
Yeah, you're right, it probably is. But anyways, it's pretty windy. We are just heading on, hiking on. We got a lot of miles. Absolutely spectacular views just continuously. Like at this point, we're almost numb to them. But almost exactly. They're amazing. So no complaints. Beautiful day, and we're just hiking along the Pinhoti Trail.